Which is more important? Range or speed? This is the question I'm trying to answer in today's video. Obviously, this is a very subjective question, and at the end, it mostly comes down to personal preferences, taste, and priorities. I have two Tamron wide-angle zoom lenses with me today. I'm going to share my opinion about these two lenses, how I would use them, which one I would prefer in which cases, and maybe that can help you decide if you are in a similar situation. First, let's have a look at some of the specs and some features. The build quality is the same for both lenses. It's a high quality plastic which doesn't feel cheap at all. Even the autofocus motor is the same. It's Tamron's latest VXD drive. Unfortunately, neither of the two lenses have an AF/MF switch, but both of them feature a USB-C socket. It can be used for upgrading the firmware or configuring various features of the lens in the Tamron utility software. The only difference between the two lenses is that the 17-50 has a configurable button, usually called focus hold button, but the 20-40 doesn't have it. It is so short there was not enough space for accommodating a button between the zoom ring and the focus ring. You don't have to worry using these lenses in bad weather. They have dust and moisture proof sealings. The 17-50 is the heavier one and also the chunkier and longer. So the 20-40 is smaller and lighter, and also it features an f2.8 aperture versus the f4 of the 17-50. This can come handy in some low light situations. I've been using the 17-50 for more than half a year now, and it's been with me on my Scottish photo trip. I was really satisfied and happy with it in Scotland, but as an everyday carry lens, I find it a little bit too big and too heavy. I have here the 17-50 attached to my A7C body, and I can feel that it's a little bit front heavy and I always want to tip forward, and I can feel the strain in my wrist. If I attached it onto my neck strap and I would carry it in my neck, that probably it would do the same, wants to tip forward, and that's coming from the heavier weight and a little bit longer build. One advantage compared to the 20-40 that it does feature an internal zoom mechanism, so it doesn't extend at all when I rotate the zoom ring. The 20-40 feels much better balanced on the A7C. The shorter length and the 100 gram less weight suits better when coupled with a smaller rangefinder style body. The 20-40 is about 100 gram lighter and substantially smaller, but it does extend when zooming. So it's fully retracted at 40mm and it extends about 10-15mm when zooming out to 20. Let's frame up some compositions around this beautiful tower. 17-50 is 3mm wider. How much does it matter? I really like backlit images, so I quite often find myself shooting against the sun or the sun in the frame. So, well, what about these two lenses regarding flares and ghosting? I have good news. Both lenses feature Tamron's latest coating, which is quite effective against flare and ghosting. They keep the contrast really well, even if the sun is in the frame or just outside the frame. Here are a couple of images I shot against the sun. The contrast is really good and I can't really find any kind of weird flares or ghostings in the images. Let's talk about how these two lenses render the autofocus area. With another word, how the bokeh looks like. I took a couple of images with both lenses just to show you how the bokeh looks like, but in my opinion this is quite irrelevant. So the 17-50 is an f4 lens, the 20-40 is an f2.8 lens. None of those two has great bokeh capability. I'm not even sure that a bokeh matters at wide-angle zoom lenses. So what about the sharpness of these two lenses? According to the reviews on the internet and YouTube, the 17-50 is less sharp than the 17-28. And that is kind of what I would expect because it's a wider zoom range. The 20-40 is similar in sharpness, but it doesn't shine at the edge of the frame. In my opinion, used on a lower resolution body like the A7C or A7C2, which are 24 or 33 megapixel, both lenses give excellent results. If you want to use them with a higher resolution body like the A7CR or the A7R5, then you might opt for a better quality zoom. If you would like to check the images in full resolution, then I'm going to leave a link down below to the Flickr album containing today's photos. If I wanted to shoot mostly landscapes, then the 17-50 pairs up quite nicely with Tamron's 50-400 zoom or the new 50-300 zoom. A pair of these two lenses weigh under 1.5 kilograms and a perfect companion on a day hike. If I needed something lighter for day trips or sightseeing in towns, then probably I would opt for the 20-40. It pairs up very nicely with the smaller rangefinder style bodies like A7C and A7CR, and also it can come handy when shooting building interiors like churches and museums because of the f2.8 aperture. I hope that today's video can help you to find your choice between these two lenses. Both are excellent value and can create beautiful images for you. If you found this comparison useful, then please don't forget to leave a like down below. And if you like my content, then please consider to subscribe to my channel. See you soon, and may the light be with you all.